Myanmar's military government has taken a decisive step in its fight against digital currency fraud by releasing the full text of an anti-online fraud bill. The legislation signals a hardening stance against online financial crimes, particularly those involving cryptocurrencies, as regional crime networks continue to evolve and exploit digital tools. The bill introduces some of the harshest penalties for offenders, with prison terms ranging from a minimum of 10 years to life imprisonment. In the most severe cases, the death penalty could be applied, especially for those involved in scam centers or who exploit victims through coercion or manipulation. This legal framework reflects the regime's growing concern over the role of digital currencies in enabling cross-border financial crimes, including money laundering, identity theft, and other illicit activities. The bill's provisions are not just symbolic. They are part of a broader strategy to assert control over the digital economy and curb the influence of organized crime networks that have thrived in the country's unstable political environment. The government has outlined specific conditions under which the death sentence could be applied, such as when individuals operate or support scam centers, or when victims are directly harmed or coerced into participating in fraudulent schemes. These details suggest a targeted approach to dismantling the infrastructure behind. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. These crimes, including the physical and digital networks that facilitate large-scale fraud operations. The bill is expected to be considered by Myanmar's parliament, the Pyadongsu Hlato, during its first session in June, following recent elections that have been widely criticized for lacking transparency and fairness. The government notice indicates that the draft law could be reviewed in the first week of June, aligning with broader efforts to strengthen national security and sovereignty. The timing is significant, as it comes amid ongoing political instability following the 2021 coup and continued questions about the legitimacy of the current governing structure. The bill's focus on digital currency fraud is especially noteworthy given the global rise in cryptocurrency use for both legitimate and illicit transactions. By introducing such stringent penalties, the regime may be attempting to send a strong message to both domestic and international actors about its intent to regulate and monitor digital financial activities. However, the bill's potential for misuse remains a concern, especially given the regime's history of using legal mechanisms to suppress dissent and control financial flows. The introduction of the bill also raises questions about how digital assets will be regulated and used within Myanmar moving forward. Will the law lead to greater oversight and protection for consumers, or could it be used to stifle legitimate financial activity and innovation? Observers will be watching closely to see how the bill is interpreted and implemented. The next key signal to monitor is whether the bill is passed in its current form or if amendments are introduced during parliamentary review. The June session will be a critical moment for understanding the military government's broader strategy regarding digital currency regulation and its approach to maintaining control over the country's financial landscape. The bill's emphasis on victim exploitation also introduces a new legal mechanism for addressing the human cost of financial crime. While this could signal a more victim-centric, most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. Approach to enforcement. It also raises concerns about how the regime might use these provisions to justify harsh punishments or suppress opposition under the guise of combating fraud. The stakes are high, not just for those directly involved in digital currency scams, but also for the broader population, as the law could shape the future of financial transactions and digital rights in Myanmar. As the bill moves toward potential adoption, the international community will likely be watching for further developments, particularly in how the law is applied in practice, and whether it contributes to a more secure and transparent financial environment or further entrenches authoritarian control.